Transformation begins. A group of young mates arrive in the clearing, searching for the last bit of food before heading home for the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need your help to please be seated down. This is for your own safety. Sir, thank you very much. We need you to be seated down, please. Thank you.
All the people land.
Welcome to the creatures of the night.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is how hyenas say hello to one another. So on the count of three, I would like everyone here to try it out together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Creatures of the night. My name is Mandai. I will be a wildlife photographer for this evening. Now tonight, my friends and I here at the Night Safari, we are going to take each and every one of you here tonight on a journey to discover animals that you might have never seen before. Now let me show you what I mean, alright? You see, earlier we had Bima and Samudra, our bearded pigs, followed followed by Braveheart our turkey voucher. Now, before we start on our night walk, I have two very simple reminders for everyone here. First, we're going to need everyone to please remain seated down at all times. Now, this is very important because it is for your own safety. The animals that will be coming out here, they have sharp teeth and they have sharp claws. So once again, for your own protection and safety, please remain seated down. That's number one. Number two, we are going to need your help to ensure that the flashes on your phones and on your cameras have been switched off. Now this is also because the animals that you will be meeting tonight, most of them, they are nocturnal and they are very sensitive to bright lights and sudden flashes. So what do you think? Can we do that, everyone? Yes? Alright, thank you very much. Well, it looks like everyone is seated down and I think we are ready to go. So I'm left with one last question. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready to meet some remarkable animals tonight? Oh, come on, it's almost a full house here tonight, so let's try this out one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready? Alright, the night has just begun, but let's see what else is in store for us on our nocturnal adventure. Here we go. Right up there, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Narnia, our binturong, also known as the bear cat, the Asian bear cat. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you'll notice that Narnia here has a tail that is almost as long as its body, and binturongs, they use their tail as an extra limb, using it to hang off branches to reach for fruits and other tasty treats, just like that. How about a round of applause for Narnia, everyone? Very, very nice. Alright. Now, binturongs like Narnia, they can be found in dense tropical rainforests all over Asia. But unfortunately, their population is declining due to deforestation. Now, what does this mean? It means that with no more tall, healthy trees, there will be no more binturongs for us in the future. And our planet needs these animals because these animals, they eat the fruits and they help to disperse its seeds, which in turn helps the forest to grow. So let's not lose one of Asia's most valuable animals. Alright, now I have a recap of that prehensile tale. Alright, everyone, let's watch this together. Binturongs, they can weigh up to 15 kilograms. So can you imagine how strong that tail actually is? Look at that. Alright, for those of you with a little extra time on your hands, I have a little challenge for you. After our night walk, head on down to the leopard trail because your challenge for tonight is to see how many binturongs can you spot in complete darkness. Alright, that is our challenge for tonight. Now it looks like Narnia have gone back home, so it's only right to take our adventure all the way up to the skies. Now, does anybody know what animal makes that sound? An owl, that's right. That is the familiar call of an owl. Alright, everyone, hold on. Where is that sound coming from? Is it coming from up there? I heard it coming from over there. Well, you know, these birds, they are often heard, but they are very rarely seen.
Hi, Butter.
Well, look at that. Hello, Adele. Everyone say hi, Adele.
Hi, everyone.
Adele, I'm sure you know who is making that sound, but I can't see the animal anywhere.
Okay. I think I do know who's making that sound. It sounded a lot like Midnight, our Malay fish owl. And she looks like that.
Okay.
Oh,
is that her?
No, it's just a speaker.
Oh, the speaker.
Looks like an owl. What about over there? I think that's her.
There she is. Hello there, Midnight. And but we're going to need everyone to once again please remain seated down and let's try to be very, very quiet. Now, Midnight here is about 10 years of age and she was hatched right here in Singapore at the former Jurong Bird Park. But now it has been rebranded to Bird Paradise. Alright, once again, we need everyone to please be seated down, children included, and keep your flashes switched off. Alright, Midnight, you can do this, Midnight. Let's go! Show them what you can do! Alright, we're gonna readjust a little bit. Everyone, don't worry. Midnight might be a little bit shy tonight. Let's give her a little bit more time, alright? Alright, Midnight, I think we're ready, everyone? There we go! Look at that, a perfect demonstration of an owl silent flight. Now, Malay fish owls, they are also known as buffy fish owls. And guess what? They are actually the most common owl species that you can find right here in Singapore. But Adele, can you please share with everyone here what would be your favorite part about these birds?
Alright, so Badar, my favorite part about birds like Midnight here, owls, are their wingtips because they're super soft and they allow her to fly almost completely silently, like we just witnessed. So rodents never hear her coming. This ability of owls to hunt rodents with such precision has earned them the nickname the friends of farmers because it helps keep the rodent population down.
Well, I like the sound of that. Everyone once again, let's give it up for Midnight, our Malay fish owl. Together with his trainer, Adele. Bye-bye. Now, there's something really interesting about these birds, and that would be the way that they can move their heads. So I thought, let's meet a bird expert out here tonight to come out and share with us a few more things. Alright, let's see, who do we have? Jared!
Hello, mother! Hi, everyone! Hello. Hello! Okay, now everyone, this is Oscar, a very beautiful Eurasian eagle owl, and she's here to show all of you something very, very cool tonight.
Oh, I cannot wait to see that. Alright, the two of you can head off. Alright, now Eurasian eagle owls are one of the largest owl species found anywhere in the world. And though you can find them in mountains and forests these days, you can find these birds in the cities. Because unfortunately, these birds, they have started to hunt for rodents in landfills. Am I right?
That's right, Mother. You know something so incredible about owls is that they have fixed eye sockets. Now what this means is that their eyes cannot move up, down, left, or right like we humans can.
Okay.
So, they rotate their entire heads instead.
They have to rotate their entire head.
Correct.
Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna ask everyone and test them on their owl knowledge. Now, does anybody here knows how many degrees do you think an owl is able to rotate his head? Shout it answers, let's go! 360 from the middle, what about the right side? 180, 270, what about the left side? 560. 270. Wow, a lot of very good answers here tonight. Now, Jared, can you please tell everyone which is the correct answer?
Now I could tell all of them the answer, Mother, but there is the fun in there. How about we get Oscar here to show all of us?
Oh, I think that's a great idea. Everyone, let's see what Oscar here can do. Eyes on Oscar. Look at that. Alright. I must admit that was really, really cool, but I think that was a little bit too quick Jared. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the correct answer to the question, how many degrees do you think an owl is able to rotate its head? Well, it's only up to 270 degrees, but nonetheless, I think everyone here deserves a big round of applause. Now, many people might think that owls are able to turn their heads 360 degrees, but that is incorrect. You see, 360 degrees would be a full circle. So if Oscar here tries to turn his head 360 degrees, his head will keep on spinning and eventually detach from the body. So I need to stop at somewhere, okay? With that, everyone, once again, let's give it up for Oscar, our beautiful Eurasian eagle owl, together with the very beautiful Jared. Alright, as they make their way back, let us watch a quick recap of that hater. Here we go. Alright, wait for it. Look at that. Now, I don't know about all of you, but I think owls are very cool that they can do that. Humans, not so much. I think it would actually be very creepy. Right? Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, from Asia, we are going to head over to somewhere far, far away because it is time for me to introduce you all of you our next. Okay, now that doesn't sound like our next animal. Now what animal do you think is making that sound, everyone? Tiger? Tiger? Okay, well, you know what? I need everyone to please remain seated down, alright? Please remain seated down. Not an hyena. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Foxtrot, our Fennec fox, together with his trainer, Chloe. Now, Fennec foxes, they come from the blazing deserts of Africa. Those red-light ears are a canine air conditioning system, keeping them cool while being under the hot desert sun. But no. Fennec foxes, they eat anything from insects, worms, beetles, they also hunt birds, snakes, and even scorpions. Now, Fennec foxes, they are the smallest canine species found on Earth, which means that even when they are fully grown, they are going to stay this small forever. Alright, it looks like these two will be making their way back, but not before they make one last stop. So get your cameras out and stand by. Alright, there we go, everyone. Let us say bye-bye to Foxtrot, the Fennec fox, together with Chloe. Alright, off they go. Now, Fennec foxes, they are tough because they can survive in an extreme environment, but they are still vulnerable to us humans. You see, they are